All right, Pisces. This is going to be for Pisces entering October 1st today. Some of you guys need to go check out that angel number 101 is what I'm hearing. So Pisces, if you are going through difficulties right now or in the past, it's almost like somebody, got you off track. Maybe you had an unexpected situation. And it's almost like I'm feeling that somebody wanted to dominate you and not in a good way. And you didn't expect it from this particular person. This could be a sibling, look, silent treatment. This could be, look, refuse to talk. Why? Because they know they could have been in the wrong. And you could have been going through some difficulties, with your health concern or, medical attention and, like the worst person. Like if you were going to die or pass away and you were going through these health situations, you could have been almost leaving them everything. Not for all of you guys, just for some of you guys, like an inheritance. But God opened your eyes. The sibling, look, they closed their mouth like when you needed them the most. Yes, and then it could have been in front of a whole group. Like this, some of you guys are dealing particular with like a sibling, jealous, envious. And Pisces, sun, moon, rising anywhere in your chart. This could be even you, put yourself where you belong, but they expected for you to beg and everything. And it's almost like you felt like they took your power. Like if you were going through health concerns, of course, this person could have said, you could have, maybe they could have committed like to help you. You could live at a distance and, hey, I'm going to get this operation. It could be man or female, and your sibling's like, man, don't worry about it. I'm not doing nothing right now. It's because they got fired. Some of you guys, not all of you guys. But this is a person that envied you. They could have been even living in another country and they came, you were going through some situations, where there was health concerns. If this was a marriage, you already know. Can you imagine through thick and thin? And then somebody shows you their ass. Yes, look, snooping around and everything nosy. But guess what? This could have saved your life. For some of you guys, thank God somebody was nosy, because they were watching. Like maybe you were gone, needing medical assistance. And there was somebody on your side. You don't even know this yet. You're like, infinite hombre, a la chingada, they left me alone. That's what you think. For some of you guys, this person could have went around and, like taking your position, hoping that you would, cross to the other side. But they didn't know, Pisces, that you're intuitive, magical. Some of you guys are a little bit dangerous, boquitas. Put it in the comments if that's you guys. Now, for some of you guys, you could have been nosy. You could have been like, let me see how they react. And you could have been pretending you were a little sick and they're like, I'm going to go down. I'm going to go to the store. With who? And they were going out, probably with your person. And you felt something, man or woman. So imagine your sibling. And you notice the giggling, the laughing, and this and that. And you were keeping silent. For some of you guys, even though you wanted to say something, look, the universe said, shh. They were doing you a favor for some of you guys. Because this Pisces, you could have been dealing with the Virgo, you're 1-7. You could have thought this person was the one. You could have been, like I said, if you were married and they're taking off with your sibling, no, they never loved you. They wanted to secure their spot for some of you guys. Look, creator, and then you have inspiration. And the Pisces that I'm picking up on, if this is you, it's like you're taking your power back. You could have played, la tonta, el tonto, the dumb one, You could have been sick too, but that God was going to push you through. Like you could have, the two little fishes started to just, slowly going, and you're like, yeah, llévame, God. And God, you may have appeared over there. I said, no, get your ass back then. I need you to create. For all the people that were denied and that were suppressed or oppressed is what I'm feeling, or I'm hearing or feeling. Some of you guys, damn. For a lot of you guys, yeah, this particular person could have even went and started to gossip. And if you started to create, like, they have access denied. For some of you guys, you have somebody, like, you started to, like, your spiritual journey. You're meant to inspire, motivate, and to tell your story, and you could be hesitant. You hear all these people, oh no, you shouldn't say all these things, but you were already down, you had already crossed the line, and God sent you back for a divine purpose. And some of you guys could be going through this and you're not realizing the big impact. You're looking at the hurt side and your emotions are everywhere. Instead of being synchronicity, the two fishes, because you could be like a Gemini. There's two, right? Gemini, right? Two, whatever, but there's two fishes. You could have some resemblance, or, you're not really understanding. And all the other fish is not, you're not in sync, in other words. Why? Because look, somebody was giving you evil eye. Imagine if this is the case. For some of you guys, you were walking through the gates, you were ready to go, and you're like, I'm ready. Jesus, I'm going through the gates, and because this is hell over here. And imagine Jesus goes, no, I need you to go back. Why? For all the people that dealt with injustice. Because for some of you guys, I'm telling you, this could be, if this is a sibling, look, they already planted, everything. When you passed away, they were going to take your man. Even before then, be the other way around, even with, a man with a woman. But don't worry, I'm going to take care of you, the nalgas and the money. And imagine you could have been dead. For some of you guys, no joke, you could have passed and pronounced dead, for a couple of, some of you guys 30 minutes, 33, I heard. But look, somebody was already in your bed and sitting there wearing your dresses, your underwear too. They wanted to be you so bad. But they're like, why don't you die? And for some of you guys, you could be totally opposite. Not all of you guys. Because I saw this, look, for some of you guys, you could have had a sibling that was a stripper. If he's a male, he was a gang leader, but, retired, robbing banks and all kinds of shit. But now, no, he fucking drives the paletera truck, selling crack. I heard old dogs never, I don't know, something like that. But look, I'm telling you, ancestors, you were coming out and they brought you back. And for some of you guys, you're meant to create, and you're out here creating. You're like, Infinite, how could I do this? You're gonna inspire how you had this outer body experience. For some of you guys, you could be teaching people how to strip, how to make them sexually attractive, to rekindle their love. With, I hope it's not the side piece, but I'm hearing the marriage, because we saw the marriage in here. Look, I cut it right away, and you're meant to bring that spice back. For some of you guys, you could be male strippers, a la chingada. Not all of you guys, pero some of you guys in all shapes and sizes, I heard. And the sexiness you bring, the laughter, the joy, and it's not even about the way you physically look, it's the way you move. And I'm hearing, yes, and some of you guys, look, you could be coming out of jail, and look, the cards fell like this. There's one over here going, gosh, what am I going to do? How can I get rid of her? I'm talking, if this is a sibling, if it's a mother figure, a la chingada. They brought you in this world. They're like, I'm going to take you out. And that's fine. Pero some of us are not lucky to have, they may love us, but they have a funny ways. They probably didn't even protect us. For some of you guys, I say me, I'm part of your clan. Instead of, they could have been on somebody else's side. Now, for some of you guys, even if it was a sibling and the ex, they could have even tried to put you in jail, and it's almost like God keeps taking you out. You keep coming on, like a cat, when you throw it up, it lands on his feet. Not all of them, but most of them. Look, I'm sorry. And look at these two fools right here. I'm telling you, there's two people. Get away. Don't get too close. See, somebody's thinking right here. This bitch already wanted to be the boss lady. Boss lady for what? Stepping on somebody else's to get to the top. Yes, but look, for some of them, they're thinking about it. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. They're thinking about it. Fuck, if they find out. See, because they're already in this energy. Fuck, they could be facing this false accusations. Can you imagine? Some people can't. They can't. They can't handle what they dish out. But I'm talking to a Pisces. You about it. You a boss bitch, a real one. Not no pinche pedorra que anda ahí claiming que this and that, gritona y todo. No, you in your feminine energy. And you're like, you know how to handle things. Why? Because you give it to God. Yes. And even if you're stripping, like for some of you guys, you have somebody that wants to shame you and maybe in the past. But after this death experience, you came back and you have so much gratitude, or you should. Yes. Let them try, I heard. And I heard, órale, pinche pedorra, pedorro. And with you, like, you're taking your life serious. Like, you saw everybody that wasn't there on your side, even when you were going through it. You could have been, bedridden or sick. Could have had, the C word, and him over there partying and everything on your dollar. Mm-hmm. And you're no guilt and shame. Look, for some of you guys, you could be going from here, and Pisces, if you have 12 house or 8 house placement, bitch, you could be a madam. You have them fucking stripping. You could own the fucking club. Puro pinche. Or you could be leaving that lifestyle, but somebody has envy, and I'm telling you, you're finding a way. If you're a stripper, I'm telling you, you're bringing love into it, not the nasty. Because for a lot of you guys, strippers, people have judgmentals. They like to judge and all that. Shit, it takes art to be dancing around like that and dando vueltas, and y'all hypnotize the fuck out of us. We have to be holding our fucking wallets and make sure. But anyways, you're meant to create, and the person that at the moment could have betrayed you, and you saw their eyes, you could be in disbelief, like, man, de veras, you were gonna do me like that, knowing that I was sick. And look, you healed yourself, and this could be healing, maybe the medication didn't work, and you start to go to a shaman, or God gives you the recipe, with this natural herbs and everything, and you start to, and that's why you're back. You're meant to inspire and create other people to bring them to God. Once you lead them there, hey, I gotta go back over here, But the person, there's two people. Look, they're about to get caught up, and they feel this energy because what you put out there. Guess what? If you don't seek revenge, cabronas, it'll come back. Especially if you were on the verge. Imagine their lives catching up to them, and it's not your business, not your problem, man. You could be from Jamaica. And look, the horror flick. I'm telling you, there's two people right here, unless it's two same sex. In my pedo, I'll come in out of jail. I'll have both of you guys. I'm channeling. I don't mind it either. And these two people could be the ones that came against you. And they're like, fuck. Because one, God placed you in an energy and in a place to where you're going to come up. And they're like this. And for a lot of you guys, God is telling you to be quiet. Calladito te miras más. Bonito, bonita. Yes. And for some of you guys, if they put out any kind of things, negativity, gossip, slander to hurt you, guess what? They could be finding out that their dirty laundry, God is putting it out there. Not you. God is exposing them. And they're fearing this already. And guess what? For a lot of you guys, that's what they're fearing. Your testimony. Woo, Lord, que salga pa' afuera, olvídate. And for you, you could be in this energy, or somebody's watching. There's somebody that's going to come into, and I'm hearing like a destiny helper. And this person could be watching you getting off the ground, and you're right there. You're a one man or one woman showing, but you're really aligned with God, the universe. And this person is a destiny helper. You know, God could place them in there, man or woman. Could be, you know, however. And look, scared woman, because now they're getting investigated. It doesn't add up. Because look, all of us have a past. Some of us dirtier than others. But if you're on this channel, you're getting this vibration, you're really going to look into your past and you're going to embrace it. That's the old you. You're like, fuck, I can't believe I was fucking on a pinchy tongue and doing circles. You're a man. You could be like, damn, I was a fucking badass gigolo. Big money, drive fancy cars or heard like that. Yes. You believe that? So there's somebody watching you change. And now the investigation is going towards them. And they're like, because they're looking into him. And this person feels like a clown. And you could be off the grid. Look, your inner child and everything. And you're smart. You really, this is you becoming a teacher. And look, from this to really bossing up like this, that's a true soldier. No. For some of you guys, look, if you were married to this person, let's see, what do they need to know? They never believed in you. They were, you were always like, why? Why does, you know, he or she always have to have the good luck? And they forgot that God placed them there. And for some of you guys, you were ready to go on a spiritual journey. No, they didn't want to go with you. They wanted still the money, the flashy cars and everything. The only way they could take from you is to put you in a position like this, man or woman, because they could feel, man, que también. Some of you ladies are like, ese pinche puto joto y que all that. Okay, calm it down. But say it with love. And yeah, the folk could have did all kind of stuff. And you could have, this is a person that you knew from high school, teenagers, and you still believed in them. You're like, I took a risk, Infinite. I was a clown. Pero pinche big ass clown. Look, but you got the light bulb from God. And you're like, shh. Even though with this drama, like I'm telling you, the investigators are like, man, it's not adding up. And you could be like, Pisces, you could be like, I told you fuckers, but y'all don't believe me. No. But for some of you guys, you could have had a past like this. So, you know, the laws already knew you, man or woman, I'm telling you. And there was drama. And for some of you guys, they wanted you. Even the laws, they wanted your ass. They wanted you behind bars. Just so they could have a trophy. Yeah, we took down Pisces. Yeah, I'm telling you, man or woman. Yeah, but look, you're balanced. If you came out of jail, like your mind is set, God is telling you, you're moving in this direction. The evil eye doesn't hurt you no more. And they could be shocked because people are like, they could be like, oh shit, they're out there. I thought they were supposed to be stopped. No, you're in this energy. And this could have been somebody. I'm telling you, look, these two people, they wanted it. One of them wanted to take your life. Like they wanted to be in your shoes. But guess what? For a lot of you guys, they can't handle it. You know, they call it destiny swapping. And damn, that shit could happen without you wanting. When God wants to do it, he's going to do it no matter what. And I don't give a damn what anybody says. Me la pelan. It does happen. There's studies on it. But guess what? When that happens, and you don't fight and you give it to God, some of you fuckers, you gotta be warriors. But for some of you guys, no, you're meant to go in a different direction and you start to build a new destiny. You have to have faith in God, the universe. And they're gonna be pissed because all that hard work that you had to put is not the same of them trying to step in your shoes and then carry forward. No, they say in America, they say when la mierda hits the fan, or somewhere in Mexico, they say that in el rancho. Cuando la pinche mierda le pega al pinche binaco, usually the fans down here, but yes, they don't know how to handle it. You're nowhere around. For some of you guys, you don't even want to go back to that industry. You know, you're excited, God, wherever you have me. You know, they're pissed because look, stressed out. What do I do? And these are clients, they're telling them, hey, motherfucker, get this and that. Employees leaving because they just wanted to, you know, to affect you financially. I quit. Now they want to quit your destiny. No, 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 no. I'll let you. You got to go back. Hurry up. You wanted to be in my shoes or your shoes. And this is justice. See, God works in mysterious ways. I have my notes and I was reading. And I was like, man, because for a lot of you guys, you're taking your power back, and that's not what they like. They don't like that. They were so used to Pisces, being so loving and cherished. And some of you guys, you told them your plans. If I ever, something ever happens, I get something and I can't, I have the C word, when that was, I'm going to leave you guys this. Shit, they were praying. They were giving you evil. Like, ojalá que Pisces. And it's fucked up. And you kept silence. For some of you guys, you felt oppressed. There was a lot of pinche mental. And they expected you to beg them, please come, let me in, let me help you. When you were helping them, like you're in disbelief, like infinite. You could be like, put it in the comments, like for real. That I want you to put it. That was me. That happened to me in the past, but now I'm empowered. Now I've overcame it with love. I understand my karmic lessons, and I'm ready to enjoy and embrace my spiritual journey so I can receive my future blessings. You don't have to say it that long, but you can say, fuck, I'm just blessed, infinite. But look, for some of you guys, you have movement, and then you're driving around, you dress different, you look different. Or this could be somebody that's looking for you. They might not be looking so fancy no more, because look. And for some of you guys, yes, they went off with somebody else, and you could have told them, te van a chingar, pero whatever. Look, stressed out. Bank account all low. Look, drama. Look, light bulb. So, Pisces, you have them anxious. Ay, ¿qué vamos a hacer? What does that? It says, look, I put on here, orale, and you're done. You're done with, believing them. For some of you guys, they could have promised you many things. First, it was false promises. They're like, come on, if you let me just put the tip, I'll give you everything. And you're like, no, you're lying. No, I'm not. And, you really thought this person was going to marry you, or like some of you guys were married, but this could have been, like I said, a sibling with your person. Come on. Because they wanted you there. They wanted you at the picture. But for some of you guys, like I said, you're experiencing that. It says, keep the happy shit moments alive by doing small acts of kindness daily. And look, this is why they're scared, because you could be doing love, like really well with love and forgiveness, joy, happiness. And it's almost like they're tripping out. They didn't expect for you to come out the pit that they dug for you. Now they're falling in, because that's the way energy works. It says, write down everything you love about your partner and show some fucking appreciation. And I feel like that was something that you could have asked them, like, hey man, what is it that you love about me? You can be un pinche pedorrón acá, but you have a big ass heart, Pisces. And then you're magical, crazy. But some of us guys, we love that craziness when it's in the bed. Oof. This is film. You could be even on film, bitch. Oof. And they're on fire, because it's like, how did Pisces bounce back? How did they get well? I thought the doctor said they died for 33 minutes. And you came back stronger, more witchy, but helping people. Like, man, you probably look younger, smell better. It says, calm the fuck down and take a break. I'm fantasizing already about you, Pisces, for my ladies. And you could feel that energy. There's something different about you, and you're creating content. Olvídate. People are like this. They're like, fuck. Oh, yeah, they could be choking the chicken, and you're like, fuck. You don't even know, but you feel it. And you're smiling like, yeah, you look good. But for my Pisces that fuck up and they're on the other end, you could be looking arrugado, because all that energy you put out goes back. especially every full moon. In vez de que the werewolf would come and take you down, like your grandma's getting more action now than you, and you're fucked. You're like, man, because some of you Pisces, you don't want to repent. I know I didn't do nothing. You still people pleasing, bitch. They don't even care. For some of them, they don't trust you no more. You downgraded. You had it all, pinche Range Rover, big ass house ahora. Estás en el pinche rancho allá, bien pedorro. And people are watching. Oh no, I can't believe you did that to your sibling, Pisces, or it could be the other way around. No, and people are watching like, oh, I thought you said your sibling did this and that, and they're watching them on TV or maybe as a stripper, you know. Fine, I heard. It says you are heading for a happy fucking time when it comes to love. Some of you guys, God wanted just to show you this person wasn't for you. And even with everything they chose to betray you with and take and all team up, guess what? It's not going to save them. They still got to answer to him. They had choices and they picked it. And, you know, even for some of you guys, you think, oh, they oppressed me. I couldn't say nothing. No, God said, cállate la boca. Pendejo, pendeja. I don't know if he talks to us like that. Pero I'm just saying that with love. All right, guys. So, anything else that we need to get Pisces? Let's get Pisces by the sun, moon, rising anywhere in your chart, eh? They're everywhere. If this is resonating with you, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, share with your tío, your prima, with your grandma. That part where, you know, your grandma's getting more action than you. Whew, she's gonna laugh. Hasta va a bailar. Cumbias. Yes. God bless her soul. If it's a grandpa and he's still out here backing in his Cadillac, I heard, man, you should be so happy for him. For some of you guys, you don't even know whether man or woman, in this case with grandparents, you don't know all the suffering they went, and now they're free and retired with money. Even if they don't got money, they're balling. You know, it's like God gave them an extension. Okay, these two cars came out. I'm just telling you, my grandpa's like 98. Before then, before my grandma died, he was still machete. It says, what's the best? What's, no puedo leer, I can't even read. What's the best that could happen? So instead of what's the worst that could happen, they say, what's the best thing that could happen? Like, they want you to look at things that way. So what if you can't talk? So what if you're still waiting on justice? What are you going to do in the meantime? Heal. I mean, I just threw it in there, but I'm giving you a fucking cheat code. Heal. Do the inner work. Don't worry about it. Just shut your mouth and allow God to, you know, your ancestors are trying to wake your ass up. Like, wake up, fucker. You got work to do. Estoy llorando. And enjoy it. Look at it from a higher perspective, man. Some of you guys, those fuckers are working their ass off. They could have money. Pero andan así. And they're risking that somebody else, because however they fuck you over, they're going to get fucked over tenfold. So now they're on guard. You're over here sleeping like I'm like Sleeping Beauty. It says right here, you're probably super good at thinking up the worst case scenario, right? Look, you can project all the fears to a big screen and play them out. Vivid color, especially the stripper scene. Slow motion, please, okay? For my ladies, for my vatos, come on, man. That's a different channel. It says right here, you can actually feel the anger of the confrontation. Pinchy Pisces, both of those pinchy fishes are lined up. They got their gloves on. Thank God you're not revengeful. You haven't confronted, so you can feel that anger. Whoa. The loss of the job you haven't been fired from. The death of the star you haven't dared to shoot for. Remember, I see aquí está, pinche, somewhere in the thing where content creator, cabronas, cabronas. Somewhere. Anyways, let's go. Dare to shoot for. It says, try pulling those superpowers to work, or putting them to work, my bad, in the opposite direction. Imagine how you could be surprised and delightful in those same scenarios. Daydream instead of worry. Say hey to that cold ass shit. Like, dude, God is giving you a pass. Like, fuck, let these fuckers invest. They were over here investigating, they didn't get shit, but you moving forward in this energy, why are they always happy? Because God is favoring you. But you're looking at a different, oh, me quitaron esto, or me quitaron. If they took your person, they took a fucking headache. I tell it in my videos. If somebody betrays you and somebody else picked that shit up, man or woman, I don't mean it to say rush, because I'm here to uplift you. Clear your tears and go look at the Jesus video. What happened to the betrayer? If you pull your energy back, in reality, if they had to go that low, what does that tell them about their character? You got to be able to say those things with love. Don't put out energy. And why I say this, and why God has me putting this out there, is for people to be able to know that their actions come with consequences, even if they feel that they got away with it. When you trust in God and your angels, or for me, it's God and Jesus. When you trust, no matter how it looks on the outside, you do the work. And little by little, the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Get your ass back there. You know, for some of them, orale, they wanted to testify, okay. When it flips the script, you don't even wish that upon them. They wouldn't even last in there. It says right here, Nama slay. The slay in me recognizes the slay in you. What the fuck is this gonna say? It says, at some point, you got to get up and act like the people you admire. Yes. Feel that vibration. I want to be in that position. Don't be a greedy ass, envious, like your people in the past that hurt you. Because I'm picking up on Pisces that you help people, uplift them, and they can shit on you. But don't be mad. Once you get them a little, they want to, like they don't even recognize you. They're over here kicking you. They want the hog, the spotlight, and all that. You know what happens to those fuckers sooner or later. Because God always watches. And some of you guys, they're going to realize God blessed them through you. I heard that in Hosanna or something like that. You probably know someone who is slaying at life right now. Spend today doing the shit they do. Better yet, take them to coffee and ask them how exactly they manage to stay so hard. And that can mean a lot, eh? For my ladies, you know what I'm talking about. For my fellas, you're like, I still got it, bitch. Infinite, I'm good. That's because you love your temple, you protect it. No andas allá echándote mugrero que es no good. Just because it's $5 cheaper. Bitch, get the good shit if you're going to do some shit like that. No andes con chingaderas. I shouldn't be saying that, pero it's true. This is your temple. No a la chingada. Pinche Reggie acá, pinche seeds busting in your mouth. No a la chingada. And let God take those addictions. You'll see how better you would be. Always pray on that. And never let nobody, because they have probably worse addictions. If you only knew, if you found out, that's why they're with their ass all puckered up like this. Because if you expose them, God does it real good. It says, better yet, take them to coffee. Okay, yeah. And manage, in other words, like, whoever you admire, like, don't be a hater. Like, really ask them questions. A lot of them will help you. I'm one that'll fucking teach you, hey, pinche tacos de los kilos y, de la carne, tantos taquitos depending on the pinche size or la torta, this. When you love something and you enjoy doing it, get the fuck out of here. I said it coming down. It's because I get excited. Whenever you love something, like and you enjoy it, oh, God blesses you. Like, you become fearless. And people will help you. There's some people that they're colos. They're not gonna teach you, but most of those are the ones that had to step on somebody, Trust me. Some of you guys have a sibling that they throw away a whole legacy going up against you. It's muy chingon. When they had it on, after you lost somebody. I just had to throw it in there. That's what I'm saying. It says, are you fucking crazy? Say no. I say yes. I'm crazy for God, for Jesus. I don't give a fuck. Look at anybody thinks. I began the channel and I had to obey God. Talk this way, say this way, and go over here. And I still do. Like, if no hagas nada, go to sleep. Are you sure? Yes. Paz. Be obedient. Because sometimes it's like I'm telling you right now, sometimes you pull away and he's not just watching you. He's watching who's plotting against you. That's why I tell people when you're going through your awakening and you're going through the betrayal, wipe your tears off. Focus on God. God, I don't understand. And he'll tell you why it had to happen. But the most important part, bitch, you're chosen. If you overcome it, like, God had it written for me to get my ass kicked, for me to go to jail, for you to betray me, bitch, man or woman. God had it written. And since I didn't seek revenge and I left your ass alone, guess what? God has me over here. And you don't have to be sending evil eye. They get pinche perrillas todo in their eyes, styles and everything, because they watch dogs shitting, in our country. That's what they say, mirate, es una perra que andaba cagando. And they're scared. Yes. But look, you are fucking crazy. Say no. I don't know. For me, I say yes. I love it. Mm-hmm. Forgive their dumbass behavior and move on or move out. Some of you guys had to move the fuck out, and they were over there. I kicked them out. I'm gonna, before I get mad, it's gonna be a good day. And look, you're starting October in a good, positive energy. And let them be like this, because for some of you guys, you're gonna be in this energy running, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I didn't know you were out." The same person they probably got you locked up. When they see you in this energy, oh, when did you come out? That's how you already know. Come on, Pisces, hit the like button. Look, 41 minutes. I should have just went live with you fuckers. I love you guys. Thank you for your support. Give the glory all to God. I wouldn't be here without him. And whoever's trying to mess with you, just let them. You heard that before? Let them. But you better be with God. Don't be half-assing. Trust me. It's going to be hard, but it'll be worth it. Whoosh. Infinite Tarot 888. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Mira, this fell up, but we ran out of time. And I'm going to read it to you. It says, I can't read this shit. Gossip dies when it hits wise ears. How to say it slow? I see the way he told me. So you don't even got to worry about it. When you come out and people start to see you, people are going to question them. I thought you said that Pisces was this and that. I mean, he went to jail, but did you really do that to your own blood, to your own spouse, to cousin or whoever it is, to your lover? And people are going to be like, man, if you did that, you do something to me worse. You don't want, and man, God has a funny way or a great way of doing things. Here's how to get wise. Refuse to hear stories that aren't yours to hear. And guess what? For some of you guys, there's people they could tell you a story better than you. At least they think. And it's crazy because it could be your ops and then they throw it to somebody. I están publicizing your shit. Me están robando. That's just how to say it, man. It says, retain from telling stories that aren't yours to tell. If someone comes to you with, oh my God, did you hear about Pisces? Yes. Stop them right there, Asira, and ask them if it's gossip, rumor, dirt, or other such junk. This tends to kill everyone's shit talking owner. I had to say it slow, huh? And it's true, man. People come up and they, like, did you hear about that? No, I'm telling you. And for me, like, shit, I don't have no shame in my game, baby. Because you know what? I was ready to go. After my dad, I was ready. And if he brought me back, you think I'm going to be embarrassed? No, I came here to tell my story to help other people, to get them to lift up and know that if God did it for me, he can do it for you, bitch. So don't hesitate. If God loves us all, he created us crazy. But still, if somebody asks you, I'm here, say, no, you're not crazy. That's why it's important for you to have that connection. I'm going to say it till the wheels fall off. They are proof that you can polish a turd. I don't know who that's going to retain. I mean, whoever that's worth. And people are going to trip out because you're going to be bold. And I love my testimony. And the more God is telling me to say it, I don't care. I'm obedient. And a lot of you guys, you're going to be in that energy. You came here with the purpose. And no, who cares if you were this or doing something else? Nobody's perfect. In another lifetime, they did worse shit. You came here, and if you're going to be stripping, be the sexiest bitch out there. Make God proud. But if you don't have to do that, don't do it. People don't know, our lives, and they want to judge us and think we can't change. I'm getting mad, right? I love you guys. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. I'm gonna do cancers and Scorpio. I'm gonna go grab some food y ahorita vengo porque el perro anda hambre con hambre. Okay? Hit the like button, share, subscribe.